In today's video, we are on the A59 in Lancashire. The A59 itself runs for about 109 miles between Wallasey-on-the-Wirral and the fantastic city of York. Today, however, we are only looking at two very small sections of it, as we ask the question, why are all speed limits in the UK so crazy? Let's discuss it. On the trucker's eye. Oh, fiddlesticks, I was meant to be turning right there. Just run the intro.
The trucker's eye, the trucker's eye, the trucker's eye, the trucker's eye.
So there is actually a reason for me making this video on the A59. Within a few miles of the A59 we can demonstrate just how bonkers the system of speed limits can be. And having blasted past this road at a cool 50 miles per hour, sticking to the speed limits of course, we've got turned around and are now turning left into Meadow Lane. And we're just going to pull over while I show you the significance of why I've chosen this road. So using Google Maps you can see here that this is Bearscough Industrial Estate and this is Bearscough itself. And Moss Lane is the A59 running north from Bearscough. And this place where I'm pointing the mouse now is Meadow Lane, where we have just turned into. And as you can see, it runs across to Hoscar Moss Road. Now I'm just going to use the little Google man to show you the beginning of Meadow Lane, as it didn't really come out very well in the video. So we drop him on the A59, and this section of road is a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit. But for Meadow Lane, as you can see, Meadow Lane is a national speed limit. That means that cars can do 60 miles an hour and vans and trucks 50 miles an hour. Now obviously, looking at the other sign, you can see why I've done this video in the car and not in the truck. As you can see, Meadow Lane itself is subject to a 13-ton weight restriction, and we'll show you why that is very shortly. But interestingly, it's also unsuitable for vehicles over 6 foot wide. This sign is very confusing to quite a lot of drivers. Unsuitable doesn't actually restrict the vehicles over 6 foot wide from using this road. And if you are over 6 foot wide, you can still use it. But if you are in a vehicle that's wider than 6 foot, it is very wise to heed the warning. Make sure that you do your due diligence in checking your route out, especially if you need to access somewhere along this road. This sign is also interesting as it gives the weight restriction in blue too. If you were wondering why it's blue and not on a red circled regulatory sign, then that's because at this point it is simply an advance warning that you are approaching a weight limit. The trees are covering the information that this particular weight restriction is actually in half a mile. That means it is actually possible and legal for you to drive your 44-ton, 8 foot wide articulated truck down here for up to half a mile. Not that you would want to, but more importantly for this video are the speed limits. And they are bonkers. So this is the other end of Meadow Lane, at its junction with Hoscar Moss Road. Although the signage at the beginning of the road was a little bit confusing with one of the signs being turned, this is actually national speed limit, meaning you can do 60 miles an hour in a car. Many types of single track roads such as this are also 60 mile an hour national speed limit, and there's a good reason for it, which I'm sure many of you are aware of. But don't worry if you don't, as we'll come back to that shortly. Even more shortly than that, we're going to come across a 30 mile an hour speed limit. This is a very sensible limit for this section of road. As you can see, it's a built up area, and we're also going to go across a level crossing. And just in case some of you thought that these videos aren't connected or thought about in any way, shape or form, this is actually the same railway line that we saw in the last video. That last video being all about Parbold Hill, and there'll be a link to that video at the end of this one. We are still currently in the 30 mile an hour speed restriction, and that is set to be reinforced by a repeater sign, and that's because there are no street lights in this area. In built up areas with street lighting, 30 mile per hour is the default limit. That is of course unless you're in Wales where they have the much maligned 20 mph speed limit. Higher speeds can be enforced in built-up areas with street lighting, but these have to be enforced by repeater signs, usually on every second lamppost. You may have just noticed we've just passed another national speed limit sign on this single track road. The default national speed limit being 60 mph for cars or 50 mph for trucks and vans on a single carriageway road. On a dual carriageway it's 70 mph for cars and 60 mph for trucks and vans. Again, on dual carriageways, if there is a different posted limit, then this must be enforced by repeater signs, and all of this is down to the way that the speed limits are simplified. Even just counting the A and B roads, there are around 50,000 miles of these roads in the UK, meaning that it might get quite expensive if you need to put signposts on every single one of them. And this leaves us with the crazy situation that you can actually do 60 mph down roads like Meadow Lane, but very shortly along this road, if you were to do 60 mph, you might end up doing the Dukes of Hazzard, as there are at least 3 points that if you do 60 mph along this road, you will certainly leave the road. Let's get up there. Hit any of those three close to the national speed limit in a car, and you'll end up doing this. And it just goes to show you the madness of many of the roads around the UK, just like Meadow Lane, in which you can do a national speed limit on, which of course on that road is 60 mph for a car, all because of those simplified speed limit rules aimed at providing clarity in areas where there is no signage. The easy way to remember it is, if you can see street lights and no repeater speed signs, you are in a 30 mph speed limit, 20 mph in Wales. But if you don't see either street lights or repeater speed signs, it's national speed limit. But this is the wacky thing about the UK speed limits. Whilst you can do 60 mph down Meadow Lane, our next destination is along the A59, and you can only do 50 mph. So that road must be really bad to drive along, right? Wrong. We are now roughly 5 miles further northeast on the A59 than where the Meadow Lane junction is. The village we are approaching is called Mudshule. Here you can see that the road is a sensible 50 mph. Do note that on this stretch of the road it has street lighting, but with having the repeater signs, you can always be sure that the speed limit here is 50 mph. With no 50 mph repeater signs, and with having the street lighting, this road would ordinarily just be 30 mph. But very shortly we're going to be coming to a roundabout, and on the other side of that roundabout is a dual carriageway. And the speed limit on that dual carriageway? Well, it used to be 70 mph, but these days it's a lot less, at 50. So talking strictly about car speed limits, it's 10 mph less than Meadow Lane. So surely there must have been a great reason for dropping the speed limit by 20 mph. Well, you'd think. So once we take the roundabout, I'll show you what the dual carriageway looks like, and you tell me if you think that it warrants a 50 mph speed limit.
Legends of the roads, carrying the weight so slow it goes through the rain, through the day, fighting traffic and another delay. We're the legends of the roads.
So the reason I paused the video at this exact point is that these two signs just seem to be random. But back when sections of the dual carriageway we have just driven down was national speed limit, this was the point when the posted speed quite sensibly dropped to 50 miles per hour. As we continue along, you'll see that we are coming to the end of Longton Bypass and approaching a built-up area with a school close by. Very shortly I will start to move over to the right-hand lane, as I'm going to be circumnavigating the roundabout to return down the other side of this dual carriageway. And this gives us an opportunity to look at why they reduced the speed limit. The County Council claimed that a reduction in the speed limit would make the road safer, and that despite the Council's own road safety team declaring that 85% of motorists using the Longton Bypass were travelling at no more than 64 miles per hour. According to reports, there was very little discussion about the reduction at the County Council meeting. Ironically, on the same day that the speed limit was dropped, which was a Sunday, a police speed van appeared on the bypass. Another good reason for lowering speed limits is due to a large amount of accidents in the area. And according to the Crash Map website at that time, there wasn't many in the area. As you can see, we have now circumnavigated the roundabout and are heading back southwest on the A59 Longton Bypass. And straight away you notice this sign for the Lancashire Constabulary headquarters. Now call me cynical, but it's not far for them to go if they want to make a few quid from speeding motorists. So that 20 mile an hour speed reduction predominantly for cars is either a cash cow or it is all about safety. So surely if it's all about safety, there aren't any accidents there anymore. Well, there's some interesting news on that too. But just before we do that, I'm going to show you Google Maps down the years. This is the start of the dual carriageway as we came up from Muchhool earlier. And you can see this is 2023 after the speed limit had been reduced with the 50 mile an hour repeater sign. Clicking back to March 2019 and you'll see that there's a national speed limit repeater sign. But it doesn't really matter what year we click on. The road doesn't seem to have much traffic on it. Ever. So if the speed reduction was all about safety, then why are there even more crashes these days? Taking a look at that same Crash Map website today, you'll see that there are still accidents. Ironically, in the old 50 mile an hour zone, right outside the police headquarters. And with even more irony, you can look at the old crashes before the speed limit was reduced. And you'll see that they were all on the roundabouts, rather than actually on the dual carriageway themselves. The roundabouts are the places where the speeds are a lot lower. And I think it would be fair to say that the speed limit played absolutely no part in any of those. Even a local parish councillor from Little Hoole came out against a reduction in the speed limits on the Longton Bypass, saying that the massive majority of motorists were being punished through no fault of their own. He went on to add that if people were speeding, they'd continue to do it. According to my car's speedometer, I'm doing 50 mile an hour at this point, but as you can see on the GPS, it's only showing as 48. And still I'm being overtaken by a car. That was a female driver. So do we all think that she was driving dangerously? Or is this lower speed limit just to catch people out? I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I do want to thank you for taking the time to watch it. If you did enjoy the video, then please give it a like. And also, if you haven't subscribed already to the channel, then please consider doing so. If you would like to buy me a coffee, you can do so by using the QR code on the screen right now. And a massive thank you as always to the people who spent their hard-earned money doing just that. As ever, I'll see you all next time. One trucker's eye.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw.